up, everybody? It's Steven with Bama Saltwater. We are filling up the boat right now. It's kind of dark outside, and we have the 24-foot bay boat. Got my buddy Malik right there. There you go, see him. We're gonna make these intros short, sweet, to the point. We'll see you on the water at our fishing spot. Y'all, we just showed up to our first light over here. You're gonna hear me whispering because you want to be super stealthy with these as much as you can. There's a bunch of trout and mangroves hanging on the corner. And what I'm going to be throwing is a little DOA cow paddle tail. This is a 3-inch on an 1/8 ounce jig head. Shimano Stradic 2500 with 15-pound braid. I am running 20-pound fluorocarbon leader. About 3 feet of it to be stealthy. And this is a 7-foot medium fast inshore rod. Let's cast this out and steadily swim it towards us and see if we can get us a dock light monster today. I like to throw on the edges of the shadow line. That a lot of these bigger fish will sit in the shadow and then ambush any bait that's coming across through the light. Oh, yeah. Oh, got one. There we go. Boom, you see that? That was a money cast right there. Yeah, right under that light. All right, what are you? What are you? Yes, redfish. If he's a keeper, he's gonna be barely. Let's see. Oh, I don't think he's, no, he ain't no 16 inches. Check out that pretty little redfish on the dock light. That's why I like using single hooks this time of night. We could slay him out here on a jerk bait, but when you catch them like that, it's a lot easier to release. Sweet. They were hungry. Let's get it again. Oh, he's got it. Yeah. Yep, I have another one. Oh yeah. Feels like it might be about the same size. Come here, you. Come here. Oh yeah, about the same size redfish right there. Very light colored. Let's get this hook out of his mouth. There you go, bud. He gave me a tail slap at the end. You hear that? Mallet just hooked up on a nice fish. There it is, right here. Yeah. It's a nice slot, maybe. Heck yeah. Sweet. Hold that joker up, show the camera. Y'all, Malik just got this gorgeous slot red. Check that out. That's why we're out here. Look at that. That's going to go good on ice, and you'll have you some black and redfish. Heck yeah. All right, I'm going to get me a cast down. Get me one of them. In Alabama, they have to be 16 inches to 26 inches. You're allowed 1 oversized, 3 per person. That ain't a short strike. Yeah, finally. Oh, is that a trout? Doing a head shake like one. Yep, got a speck. Yeah, he did. That's a pretty speckled trout right there. Now these things have to be 15 to 22 inches. You're allowed 1 over 22 and 6 a person. He's gonna go back. He's not tiny, but I think he's gonna be kind of under the limit. So we'll let him go. Caught a speckled trout, and I've had 2 redfish, but I don't have anything in the cooler yet. Yeah, that was a nice keeper there. We'll see if we can find us a nice keeper trout. Oh, there's another one. There we go. They're pretty close to the lights, about halfway down in the water column. But got another fish. Oh my goodness, did you see that dolphin? That was creepy, wasn't it? Yeah. Pretty little redfish right there. Heck yeah. Let's get him released because he's not a keeper. Oh, that's a good hit. Come on. Yep, there it is. They're sitting on the bottom. I'm letting them sink. I just let it, I haven't even worked it. I've just let it sink. Oh my gosh, look at this dolphin, dude. Hey, that's a gag grouper. Sure is. That was cool. Look at that. Yo, I just caught a very pretty grouper. This is a juvenile gag grouper. They're actually out of season and undersized. But those are some of the prettiest colored fish ever, and you can catch them pretty abundantly out here inshore, but we have to let him go. Wow, that is amazing. I did switch to the DOA glow shrimp. Let me get them unhooked and let them go. So I switched over to the 3-inch DOA glow shrimp. Check this out. All I do is hold it up to my light for a few seconds, and then you can see how it has some glow to it. And that's perfect night fishing bait. I absolutely like it. And then it's white during the day, so you can use it during the day as well. Let's cast it back out and see what else we catch. So all I've been doing with these shrimp is casting kind of up current, close to the light, and then letting it sink, and then just watching my line and feeling for a tick. It's kind of like fishing a weightless trick worm or a Cinco for bass. If I don't get a bite after a few seconds, I'll reel it in slowly. Oh, that's a good hit. Yeah, come here, you. They're liking that little glow shrimp, man. Yeah, do it. This one's a little better. Yeah, hope the dolphin don't come up and try to eat them. Oh, that's a trout. Oh my gosh. See flipper down there? That's a keeper trout. Yeah, that's a wow, look how pretty that one is. Let's measure this one. That's a 17-inch speckled trout. A little bit over 17. He's gonna go in the cooler. Look how pretty those colors are on them. And these are actually not in the trout family, they're in the drum family. So they're a little bit different than like your rainbow trout, your brook trout, and lake trout. These are more related to redfish, croaker, and whiting. But that is phenomenal eating, so he's gonna go on ice. We're gonna get that hook out of him and get another cast out. Old glow DOA. All right, let's recharge our shrimp. All it takes is a few seconds and it's glowing again. Cast out. And with the shrimp, all I'm doing is just letting it sink. Like I said earlier, just let it sink and the current's gonna carry it down. Oh, that's a money cast right there, ain't it? There. Yeah, I have one. Have something. Not half bad. Oh, that's a trout. Yeah, that's a keeper. Don't you think? Let's measure it. Call him yourself. Oh yeah, that's a keeper. 16 inches, man. All right, I just caught another keeper speckled trout. This is gonna be our lunch tomorrow. These things taste so good. Hey everyone, I hope you enjoyed that night fishing footage. It's kind of hard to film at night, but hopefully we got some action in there for you. We caught a lot of fish, but this is only what we decided to keep. So I'm gonna show you a kind of fast way to clean these speckled trout. They're real easy. Scoot these to the side. Take you a fillet knife, cut behind the gill, flip it around, and then run all the way down, clip it, skin it. There we go. Trim that pin bone out, stomach lining. And then you have a full speckled trout fillet, easy as that. Super quick doing that. Now you can take your more time and get all that head meat and all that stuff, but if you have a bunch of fish to clean, that's a pretty easy way of doing it. So I'll show you again. We can use a different knife as well if you want one that's more flexible. That's actually a boning knife. This one's more of a standard fillet that's flexible, so we can go do that. Back, clip it all the way down, flip it around, boom. See that? Take the majority of that skin off. Get those pin bones out because you don't want to be munching on bones. You'll choke, and so will everybody eating your food. And there's an easy, ready to cook speckled trout fillet. Cut behind the gill, rotate it, go along, boom, flip it. Boom, just like that. Clean that up. There's another speckled trout fillet. And that one's done, ready to go in the crab trap. Speckled trout are real easy to clean. Redfish, they do have some thick scales, so I'll show you how to do this redfish. That's a pretty slot red. What I like to do, cut behind the gills. All you gotta do is get through those scales. Once you get through those scales, it's not too hard to clean a red. So cut behind, flip it around, you'll find a zipper. There's a zipper in redfish. See how I'm just zipping through these top of these scales? So all you gotta do is find that. And once you do that, lay off the bone. Go up and over their spine, back down, off. I like to go around the rib cage. Boom, there's a redfish fillet. Now we can go and take the skin off. Their skin is thick, so you don't have as much of a chance cutting through it as you would the speckled trout. Boom. Redfish, see how much more red meat they have versus the speckled trout? So all we're gonna do is trim out these pin bones and clean up that stomach lining some. And then we have a redfish fillet. Real easy, you don't have to be intimidated by cleaning fish. All pretty much have the same anatomy. So I'm gonna finish cleaning these up and we'll see you upstairs in the kitchen. Hey everyone, we're in the kitchen now. It is a little bit later in the evening. Clean those fish up. I have 2 fresh speckled trout fillets that have been dried and in the fridge. And then we're gonna cook 2 of these for our dinner. I'm just letting a little bit of unsalted butter melt in my pan, and I want this pan to get hot. We're just gonna pretty much do like a herb crusted fillet. Real simple, real quick, because I'm tired from being out all night. Not too many people at home to eat, so it's just me eating, and I'm ready to get this done. Relax and edit some videos for y'all. Now, if you don't want to use butter, you can also use like avocado oil, coconut oil, sunflower oil, you know, something a little bit healthier, but I like this unsalted butter. It gives it a nice crust. So I have it on about medium heat. Gonna turn it up just a hair, a little bit over medium. These are my 2 speckled trout fillets. Obviously some black pepper. I'm gonna add a little bit of salt to taste since we're using unsalted butter. Now I'm only salting and peppering one side. Have some cayenne pepper, just to give it a little spice. Boom, garlic powder. I'm just doing one side, like I said. If you do 2 sides, it's kind of going to be over seasoned. Some oregano. Little goes a long way with this stuff. Pretty strong. And thyme. And not the time of the clock, but the herb thyme. Once again, a little goes a long way with this stuff. Our butter, you don't want it burnt, you don't want it browning. It's perfect. Let's lay these non-seasoned side down. Oh yeah, hear that? That's what you want. And these are not going to take long at all to cook. Probably a 10-minute cook time at the very, very most. These are thin fillets, and that's what you want to do. Medium-high heat, thin fillets. Check that out. That's some fresh speckled trout right there. Y'all, it's just been a few minutes. It's time to flip our fish. See how it's turning white on the edges? Man, it's beautiful. Ooh, look at that. You know, the seasoned side is going to crust up nice and good. Oh, wow. I wish y'all could smell that. I say that every time. But these are just simple seasonings. But dang, does that smell good. That's got to be that garlic powder in there. I'm going to clean up here for a second where I got dirty. And that's going to be a few more minutes, and then we'll plate. Easy as that. You don't have to get all complicated. I do a lot of complex dishes sometimes, especially more of the Indian food. But it's hard to go wrong with lightly seasoned fish. And you can do this in an apartment, a condo, your beach house, or whatever you're doing. Even if you're on vacation or if you're just at home, you can do this with any fish you have. I'm going to give this a few more minutes and then plate it. These are ready to plate, so we're going to kill the heat. Pick up one fillet, flip it over. Wow, look at that. That's why you add that cayenne in there. It's not just for spice, but it also gives it a nice crust. See that? We're gonna let these cool down and then eat them, but I gotta do one more thing. So for presentation, let's add some parsley flakes. And then this is very opinionated online, but a lemon. Some people like it, some people don't. That's why it's on the side, because you don't have to use it. But there's our plated up with pretty much a homemade blackening season. It's very simple, to make your own seasonings, so you don't have to get complicated. And look at that. You would get that in a restaurant, quick and easy. And we know exactly what this is. It's never been frozen. Let's take a bite and enjoy this together. Thank you, Lord, for putting this fish there. Let's try a bite. I do have some sweet tea to wash it down. You can already tell I've been drinking most of it, but here we go. Homemade blackening season. Flakes apart perfect. Speckled trout is delicious fresh. Let's give it a taste. Wow. That's about all I can say. That right there is mouth-watering. You can still taste that super fresh fish. The flakiness of that speckled trout. The herbs work together really well, but it's not over-seasoned or overpowered. I wouldn't hesitate to feed a whole group with this recipe right here. It's super simple. I gotta get another bite because that is amazing. Just everything worked together. I kind of surprised myself on that one. Now the cayenne does have a nice little kick there in the middle. You can do paprika too. It's a little less potent. It still gives it that smoky flavor and that nice crust. But if you like spicy like I do, cayenne pepper's nice. I'm gonna finish this dinner here. Y'all have got to try that. But y'all, I hate to let you go. If you enjoyed these catch and cooks, hit that subscribe button as always. Channel's constantly growing. It's amazing to be able to share these with each and every one of y'all. Go check out our partners of the channel down below. You see them wearing this mossy oak bottomland. This is original bottomland. I don't think there's any better camouflage out there and more simple than this. Y'all, and that's just my opinion, but there's a promo code for mossy oak down below. We'll see you on the next Bama Saltwater fishing video. I want to thank the good Lord up above for everything he does for us, and we'll see you later. I gotta finish this food. This is amazing. What a beautiful plate of food here. There you go, y'all. Take a bite. We're gone.